Hey guys, welcome to week 8 of the Pokemon Premier League. This week we're facing against our new opponent, the Miami Rotom-Heat, who's currently being led by the substitute coach, Jedi Cadets. So, I'm actually gonna have a link to his channel in the description below, and a link to Erasmus' channel below, because he's also the previous coach, and I want him to, get some credit for the drafting team, blah blah blah. Anyways, so now we're gonna look at my team that I've been preparing for him. Alright, so here we have Predictable the Thunderous, a bold nature, of course, prankster with leftovers. He's got 252 in HP, 252 in defense, and 4 in special attack. Protect is there so I can block out any fake out damage and possibly prevent him from going for a high jump kick with his Mega Lopunny. Thunderbolt's there for stab. Psychic's there in case I need to hit what was it that I wanted to hit with Psychic? I can't even remember now. And then we have Hidden Power Ice for the Gligar. Psychic's for the Lopunny, of course it is. The reason he's a defensive Thundurus is because I need something to take hits from a Talonflame. And this Thundurus actually eats up 5 Brave Birds from a Choice Banded Talonflame who's adamant with 252 in attack. So I needed him. He's my guaranteed switch in. Also, he does a lot of damage to his Gligar with HP Ice. He's pretty much a really reliable Pokemon in this sense. And then we have Mr. Moist, the Frogadier, our showcase for our Frogadier. He's rocking the Naive nature with Protean and Life Orb. He's got U-Turn, Dark Pulse, Ice Beam, and Surf. He's there to outspeed Haunter unless the Haunter is Choice Scarfed, because I really don't have anything that outspeeds Haunter, and I need something that'll be able to one-shot it unless it's Focus Sash. Then Mr. Moist is dead. But he's basically there for Haunter, and possibly got Gligar as well. We have Remember Me, the Mamoswine, who's adamant Focus Sash. With Stealth Rock, he's gonna be my lead unless I see him, unless I predict him to lead with maybe Mega Lopunny. But my object here is to get Stealth Rocks off as soon as possible, because Talonflame is definitely a problem. Talonflame can hurt me pretty bad. Definitely a scary team. We have You Mad, the impish technician leftover Scizor with 252 in HP, 252 in defense with Defog, U-Turn, Roost, Bullet Punch. This is to prevent him from setting up any spikes, any light screens, or any reflects. If he gets his own Stealth Rocks up, I can just, defog them away. I can't really do too much to his Fortress or to his Klefki. I mean, a Bullet Punch does like, I don't know, it's like a 4-hit KO, I believe, and U-Turn's there just for pivots because I might need it. I already showed you guys Mamoswine. We have Sanic, the Meowstic male. This time I'm running a really different set. Modest Infiltrator Choice Specs with Psyshock, Hidden Power, Fire, Thunderbolt, and Psychic. This is to prevent him from getting a sub Calm Mind up with Keldeo. He's not going to expect me to go for Psyshock. Psyshock with Choice Specs is actually one shot. An Infiltrator will go through the sub, so hopefully he decides to get greedy and goes for a substitute Calm Mind in some situation. If I get into the chance where he brings in Keldeo on my Mamoswine, and I know he's obviously going to know I'm going to swap out here, so I'm going to go straight into Sonic. He's our red button for Keldeo. And then we have Moisturizer, the Goodra, Modest, 252 HP, 252 special attack. Assault Vest with Gooey, Dragon Pulse, Ice Beam, Focus Blast, and Flamethrower. I need this to definitely counter the Fortress, and it'll do decent damage to the Klefki. But as of right now, that's my team. I'm actually going to get on to Jedi's team in just a second, so I'll be right back. Hey guys, now we're back with Jedi's or Erasmus' team. He's got the Mega Lopunny, the Talonflame, the Poliwrath, the Klefki. I looked at Poliwrath first. Let me redo that. Mega Lopunny, Talonflame, Klefki, Keldeo, Gligar, Fortress, Yanmega, Ditto, Lapras, Haunter, and Poliwrath. So looking at his team, Mega Lopunny is definitely coming. Talonflame is definitely a problem for my team. It does a major damage to all my party members and my squad. I feel like Gligar is definitely becoming, even though I'm a rain team, Gligar is a bit of a problem for me. Just because he can hit hard with an Earthquake on everything except for my Thundurus. Fortress is definitely probably going to be his specially defensive wall because he's got really nothing else for that. Maybe Klefki, but not too much. Yanmega can do some work against my team. Speed Boost Protect is definitely something that could handle a lot of my team, although I think my Thundurus shuts it down pretty well, because what's it get to hit me? Ancient Power? That's pretty much it. Ditto could be a problem if he's like Choice Scarfed into my Thundurus, because then he's got a crazy ass Thundurus who I can't do much to, unless he Choice Scarfed in a Thunderbolt or Hidden Power Ice, in which case I can just swap into my Mamoswine and destroy it with an Icicle Spear or a Rock Slide. The Lapras could definitely come. Water Absorb is a problem for my team. It could definitely be especially defensive Lapras for a physically defensive Lapras, and I'm sort of slurring here. I'm not drunk, I swear. Haunter I feel like is definitely coming. He can hit hard on everything on my team except for Goodra, who can take a hit, except Dazzling Gleam still does a whole shit ton to my team. Poliwrath gets Water Absorb. I'm not too worried about Poliwrath because I can handle it with Thundurus. But that's pretty much it, guys. I will see you guys in the battle in just a second. Hey guys, now we're at the battle. I'm going to lead off with my Thundurus right here. And I believe he brings out the Mega Lopunny. I'm not 100% sure. Yep, there's the Mega Lopunny. I send out my Thundurus. And I'm just going to go straight up for a Protect here, predicting him to go for a Fake Out. Because it is pretty obvious that Blackie-chan likes to Fake Out everybody. But Blackie-chan does indeed go for the Fake Out after I go for my Protect. And, yep, there it is. There's the Fake Out. So now he's going to withdraw Blackie-chan. I believe bring in the Klefki. Lucky and bad, the Klefki. I go straight up with the Psychic, hoping to do major damage. It does barely anything to this Klefki, and it is resisted, so I did not think it was especially defensive. If it were especially defensive, it'd probably have done a lot less. So he goes for Spikes. This is actually a dual screen Spikes Klefki, and I just go straight up for a Thunderbolt to see how much it does. It does a decent amount, and of course we're gonna see it have the leftovers. So it does not have the dual screen. It does not have the Light Clay, which is what I mean. And I'm gonna swap out and bring out UMAD just so I can straight up go for the Defog, because I do not want Spikes or his Reflect and Light screens on the field. So this is completely gonna shut him down. He can't do very much to him. He can't do very much to me, and I can do a bit more than he can to me. And I can just get rid of all his defogs and all his bootyful stuff. Very, very scary stuff. I do not like Light Screen or Reflect, and Spikes I actually needed to get rid of, so I can bring in my Mamoswine and scare this thing out, which I'm probably going to do right about now, somewhere around this area. If leftovers wouldn't take so goddamn long. Oh man, leftovers. This battle's a lot longer than I thought it was when we were battling. So, yep, I bring out Remember Me, the Mamoswine, right now, and he goes for the Spikes, and that's good because I can scare him out with an Earthquake right now. But I actually decide to straight up go for the Stealth Rocks. I really dislike how leftovers take so long, because when you're commentating, it takes a lot more. But yeah, he swaps out, brings in his Fortress, which if I had gone for Earthquake on, it would have done a decent amount. But I go for the Stealth Rocks instead, because I need them for the Talonflame, because Talonflame is a scary-ass Pokemon. So I bring in Moisturizer, the Goodra, so I can go for some Flamethrowers, and it'll do a decent amount, even even if he has Sturdy, you know. He actually goes for the counter there, expecting me to probably stay in and go for an Earthquake. Now he brings in his Mega Lopunny. This is where I kind of feel bad because I go for the Flamethrower, and I believe it's a 10% chance to burn, and I do get the burn. So it actually makes this thing a little bit less useless. It wasn't going to do very much to my physically defensive Thundurus anyways, but I decided to swap out. And he goes for the high jump kick, and of course I resist that, and I'm just going to eat it up. That literally does nothing. That's like a base 120 power move, and it only does like 10% to me, although it is resisted, so he's burned, and he's actually going to swap out knowing he can't do anything. I don't know why he preserved Blackie-chan. I would have not preserved it. I guess it was early in the battle. Maybe he had something that could get rid of status ailments. But I go for the Thunderbolt, and it does do a decent amount. I don't think he's especially defensive on the way he brought in his Fortress against my Mamoswine. So now I'm just going to swap out here straight up into my Goodra, I believe. Moisturizer. There's Moisturizer, the Goodra. The sad thing is, Mr. Moist, our Frogget Eater, does not show up once in this battle. He goes for the Rapid Spin to get rid of his Stealth Rocks on his side of the field, which is fine with me because I can set him up right back later, and even then, I Focus Sash to take whatever fire move his Talonflame wants to go with my Mamoswine and reply with an Earthquake. So now he's going to swap out here, and I believe go straight up into... Oh, he went into his Mega Lopunny, I forgot. I go for the Dragon Pulse. I forgot I didn't have Thunder Pulse. I had Focus Blast instead. But I went for Dragon Pulse because it would have done more damage. Because I expected him to go out into Talonflame. Now he brings out Talonflame, which does kind of suck. So I'm going to have to swap out here straight up into my predictable the Thundurus. And look at how much damage his fucking Brave Bird does. It literally does barely 20% to my Thundurus, and Thundurus is not bulky at all, and I get it's resisted, but Talonflame is just an extremely powerful Pokemon. When you see it sort of shut down like that, you just can't help but, you know, be like, oh my god, damn, it's amazing. So now he's going to bring in his Fortress, and I'm going to go straight up for the Thunderbolt, because it would have taken out his Talonflame. And I'm actually just going to stay in here and go straight up for the Thunderbolt. There's no reason not to. It's going to kill his Fortress anyways. And it will get rid of his Rapid Spinner, which is amazing, because then I can go straight up for the Stealth Rocks again and, you know, scare that Talonflame. So now the Fortress is going to go down. Perfect for me. And I believe he brings in his... Oh, his Klefki. That's right. I recorded this battle on Thursday, so I didn't have a... it's a bit further back in my memory. So I'm going to swap out straight into my Scizor, seeing as how it shut down the Klefki extremely crazily earlier. And I can't let him get Light Screens up, because if he gets a sub Calm Mind up with his Keldeo, I'm in deep doo-doo. Deep doo-doo. But, I am just going to straight up defog and get rid of all his hazards. After he, you know, goes for the Reflect again, I go straight up for the defog to prevent him from setting up his screens and his spikes, because I hate spikes and I hate his screens. So now they're going to go away. And now I just double out into my Mamoswine here, I believe. After Leftovers wants to take its sweet ass time, of course. So now I straight up bring in my Mamoswine to scare him out with an Earthquake. And he just goes straight up for the spikes again, which is fine with me because I still have defog. And at this point, I'm probably not going to be switching out a whole bunch, so it probably won't even matter. So his Leftover is going to bring him back up to full. And he's going to swap out into his Talonflame. I actually thought about him going into Talonflame here, but it was not... It was a little bit too risky, and I thought I'd be safe anyways, because I'd focus that. It looks like he's actually a mixed Talonflame, but I'm not 100% sure, because it didn't bring me down to Sash. And granted, I am thick fat, but it didn't do too much. So I'm like, okay, you can have a Rock Slide, and it's actually going to take out the Talonflame, which is amazing because Talonflame scares the crap out of me because it's such a crazy OU force. Now he's going to bring in his Buge, the Yanmega, and go for the Ancient Power. I actually predicted him to go for Protect here, so I went for the Stealth Rocks. And I actually calc this. The Ancient Power actually got a min roll. It would have killed me if he didn't, you know, get a min roll. So I go for the Ice Shard, and he goes straight up for the Ancient Power. I could have swapped out into Gudra to take that hit, but, you know, I thought Ice Shard would have done a lot more. I probably could have preserved him and maybe get a higher ranking score than I do. But I'm actually really scared of the speed boost here, so I bring in Predictable, knowing I can take one Ancient Power at least, and go straight up for a Thunderbolt and kill. Unless he crit, my Thunders would have been dead. So I take out his Yanmega here, which is actually a lot more threatening than I thought it'd be. And I believe he brings in his Klefki right here. Yes, he brings in Klefki. And I'm going to swap out here and bring in my Gudra because it can pretty much flamethrower this thing until it's dead. And he actually predicts that and double swaps out into his Keldeo, which is not a bad prediction because the Sacred Sword would do a lot to me. But here's where I bring out my red button Meowstic because he may get greedy here and actually go for a Calm Mind. And I don't want that, or a Substitute, which I don't want. I bring in Meowstic, I'm Choice Specs, Side Shock, so even if he gets a sub, Calm Mind up, which he might do, there's the sub right there. So it's like, okay, this is scary. If he goes straight up for Surf, it could do major damage to me, possibly kill if it crits. He actually goes for the Calm Mind though, which is perfect for me, because I go straight up for the Side Shock, and since I have Infiltrator, it'll go right through the Substitute, which is perfect. Now it's gonna kill his Keldeo, and that is another crazy, crazy offensive Pokemon out of my hair, which is amazing. I remember, guys, plan out your team if you're in a league like this, and stick to the plan no matter what, unless you have alternatives, or you may get screwed. So I actually just bring in Gudra here, knowing he probably has a Fairy type move. If he had Play Rough, it would do a whole butt ton to me, which I don't mind because I believe I could just go for some Flamethrowers and a 2-hit KO. But he actually goes for the Light Screen, which is gonna prevent me from 2-hit KOing him. I believe it makes it a 3-hit KO after Leftovers, or maybe a 4-hit KO. I believe it's a 4-hit KO after the Leftovers. At this point, the battle's pretty much sealed unless he can pull out something crazy and get like a Play Rough crit off. It doesn't really matter too much. But I'm just going to keep throwing the Flamethrowers here. And I'm Assault Vested. Even the super effective Dazzling Gleam is not going to be doing very much. Especially since I don't think he's invested at all in special attack. So I'm going to go for, I believe, 2 more Flamethrowers after this. And it's going to take him out. So that's probably game right there. It was actually a really fun game. I enjoyed it. Remember, go check out Jedi Cadet. He is new to the league. He just got added in because Erasmus had to stop for some personal reasons. But that's it, guys. I will see you guys in the next